She woke unable to move. 8 kilograms. Then 12. Then 60. Then it was gone. The pawprints were not. Origin Protocol. Incident File 015. Entity Designation, Void, V015. Classification, Void Class Entity. Danger Level, Active. Sector Vale Operational Zone. The Catalan villages have a word for what came in the night. They do not say it after dark. The entity is recorded in regional archives as the Pesanta. The earliest verified case dates to 1832. The pattern has not stopped. The protocol that once contained it has been forgotten. The first record did not describe a monster. It described a weight. October 1832. Sant Joan de les Abadesses, a small village in the foothills above Ripoll. The farmer Joan Codina, age 42, woke in absolute darkness, unable to move, unable to speak, unable to draw breath. The first thing he noticed was not the weight. It was the sound. One paw on the stone floor. Then another. Then nothing. Because by then, it was already on him. Heavy at first. Then heavier. He could not see it, but he knew its shape. It breathed against his neck. The breath was hot and smelled of wet animal. He estimated 3 minutes. He estimated 30. When it was gone he could not speak for 19 hours. The doctor from Ripoll examined his chest. There were 5 pawprints in the fabric of his shirt. 4 were the prints of a large dog. The 5th was anomalous. It had a 6th toe. There was a hole through the center of the toe, as if drilled. The doctor wrote down the pawprints. He did not write down why one toe had a hole. The Codina case was not the first. Regional archives in Girona document at least 63 Pesanta encounters between 1832 and 1947. The cases follow a precise structure. The entity arrives between 2 and 4 in the morning, the deepest cycle of human sleep. Victims are alone in the room. They wake from dreaming and cannot move. The compression begins gradually. Witnesses estimate the initial weight at approximately 8 kilograms, increasing in regular increments to a maximum of 60 to 70. The pressure is centered on the sternum. Victims describe an inability to draw breath, an absolute paralysis, and an awareness of presence directly above their face. The duration ranges from 3 to 7 minutes. There is no documented case of a Pesanta encounter ending in death. There is also no documented case of a victim sleeping in that room again. 63 cases followed the same pattern. Until one night, 8 happened at once. March 1873. Volter, a stone-walled hamlet at 1200 meters elevation in the eastern Pyrenees. Population at the time, 41 persons in 11 households. On the night of March 17, 8 people in 8 separate dwellings were attacked simultaneously. 8 houses. 8 beds. 8 people waking at the same minute. No one saw it enter. But every victim heard the same thing. Heavy paws on stone. Stopping beside the bed. The compressions began at 3:12 in the morning by the village clock. They lasted 4 minutes 30 seconds, ending in the same instant across all 8 houses. The victims included 3 men, 4 women, and 1 child of 9 years. None reported seeing the entity. All reported the smell of wet fur and something underneath that was not animal. The protocol failed in Volter that night. The hawthorn was 3 weeks old. The salt line had broken at one threshold. The entity entered every home except those of the village priest and the village butcher. Both men slept with iron under their pillows. Only the doors with broken protection opened. The forensic anomaly returns in every documented case. 5 toes per print. The 5th toe, always 6th in count, positioned where no canine or feline anatomy permits. The hole through the center is consistent across decades and locations. Diameter approximately 2 mm. Perfectly circular. Perfectly centered. Veterinary specialists from the University of Barcelona examined recovered fabric specimens in 1924. They could not match the print to any known mammal. The hole was the unresolved feature. It was not a wound. It was not a scar. It was not a deformity. The fabric showed no tearing around the perforation, as if the toe had been formed with the hole already present. The anatomy did not exist in nature. The print did. The print continues. Science could name the paralysis. It could not name the print. The villages developed a protocol. Hawthorn, blackthorn, or hazel branches placed crosswise across the threshold before sunset. The wood had to be cut within the previous 7 days. Older branches had lost their efficacy. A line of unbroken sea salt scattered along the doorway. The salt had to be sourced from the Mediterranean coast, never from inland mines. The protocol had to be performed by a person not currently residing in the household. A neighbor. A traveler. A child not yet of age. The entity could not cross. The pattern is documented in Catalan ethnographic records dating to at least the 17th century, though oral tradition extends earlier. The protocol began to disappear in the late 19th century as villages shifted from collective threshold maintenance to individual household responsibility. By 1947, fewer than 30 villages still practiced it consistently. By 1980, the practice was effectively extinct. The Pesanta encounters did not stop. They were no longer reported. The branches worked. The salt worked. Then people stopped believing they needed either. The protocol did not fail. People stopped performing it. In 1924, the same year the University of Barcelona examined the fabric specimens, Dr. L. Polmar published the first medical reframing of the Pesanta phenomenon. He proposed that the encounters represented sleep paralysis with hypnagogic hallucination, a documented neurological state in which the sleeping body remains immobilized while the mind enters partial wakefulness. The chest pressure was attributed to respiratory irregularity during the REM cycle. The presence above the bed was attributed to amygdalar threat detection misfire. The protocol was attributed to placebo and ritual reassurance. Dr. Polmar's framework explained much. It did not explain the pawprints on the fabric. It did not explain the 6th toe. It did not explain how 8 victims in Volta experienced the same incident at the same minute, ending in the same second. Dr. Polmar acknowledged the unresolved features in a footnote. The footnote read, "The residual phenomena require further investigation." Further investigation has not been published. The medical explanation solved the dream. It did not solve what touched the fabric. The Pesanta encounters did not stop with the abandonment of the protocol. They became unreported. Regional medical clinics in the Upper Pyrenees record 41 cases of unexplained nocturnal compression between 1980 and present, all dismissed as sleep paralysis. The pattern persists. The location persists. The 8 kg beginning, the gradual increase, the 4 to 7 minute duration, the awareness of presence above the chest. The pawprints have stopped appearing on fabric. Modern bedclothes do not retain the impression. The entity has adapted to its environment, or the entity has not changed and we have stopped looking. The Volta clock that recorded the simultaneous attacks of 1873 still hangs in the village square. It is wound every Sunday. The protocol has not been performed in Volta for 43 years. The hawthorn that once grew beside the threshold has been replaced with ornamental shrubs. The sea salt on the doorway has been replaced with welcome mats. The Pesanta was not released. It was not summoned. It was not strengthened. The door was simply left unguarded. File status, open. Containment status, protocol abandoned. Pattern, unbroken. The pawprints stopped appearing. The pressure did not. Cross-reference. Origin protocol cross-reference, 63 documented Pesanta encounters across Catalan provinces between 1832 and 1947. 8 simultaneous compressions in Volta, 1873. Pattern continues. Current sector advisory, rural villages above 800 meters elevation report ongoing incidents. The threshold protocol has not been broken. It has been forgotten. End of file.